Hello, we are from Group 8 and this is our presentation on Sarawak traditional gasing. For this assignment, we are tasked to do a feasibility study on the design of the plant layout on the manufacturing of the Sarawak traditional gasing. The plant layout should consider appropriate level of automation on the manufacturing system, material handling system, and the storage and identification system. This study includes a study on the proposed plant layout, implementation plan, manufacturing process, and manufacturing system. As for the background, gushing refers to the top spinning game as a pastime activity which is known throughout the country regardless of race and ethnicity. Gushing was an important mode of entertainment for both players and spectators of all walks of life. In the 1940s, the game was particularly well known in the Sabah region located in the Betong district of Sarawak. The game is typically played after the harvesting season and becomes a competition between individuals from various villages. The Sarawakian variation of the game usually decides the winner based on the duration of how long the top can spin. The traditional Sarawakian gasing is made by hand and the process of manufacturing can be time consuming. The basic parts of the gasing includes the head, the neck, shoulder, fruit, and plaster, which has specific functions and roles to create a quality gasing.
Okay, before I start with my part, let me introduce myself. My name is Dexter Jude. Okay, for the project proposal description, there are four. First, to identification of key production processes. Next, implementation plan. After that, proposed plan layout and adapted process flowchart. Okay, in this part, I will explain about identification of key production processes. The main processes involved in manufacturing gasing represented in this flowchart. Basically, there are 7 parts. First, from raw material into machining. After that, going to finishing. Then, after finishing, the product will going to quality inspection whether the product is rejected or accepted. If it's accepted, the product will going to packaging area, and after that, we're going to inventory and logistic. And lastly, for going to logistic dispatch. Okay, for implementation plan. Plan layout is the most suitable to be developed on the flow on the production processes on the project since the project is medium production. Okay, quantity of production. We estimate around 6,000 units per year. Type of production, batch production. This is identical product produced simultaneously. For the improve on our product, we will focus on 3 parts. First, layout of plan. We divided into 3 sections. Next, manufacturing equipment. We will use fully or semi-automated. For the material transportation, we use power truck and conveyor. For the benefit, the proposed implement plan could be a benefit of the following aspect. First, reduce time. Using automated equipment, reduce machine setup and feeding time, and reduce material transport with conveyor belt and forklift. Second, increase productivity. More pieces could be produced every work shift due to reduced time. After that, direct and cost reduction. When material transport is used, the labor requirement become more specific and fewer quantities, thus lowering direct labor expenses. Next is increased profit. Increasing productivity and lowering costs immediately enhance the company profitability. Next, we will explain about a proposed plan layout. The same sequence of work session is used to process identical work unit as they pass through the system in the short of work transportation. The first plan is to redesign the company facility by rearranging equipment and workstation throughout the warehouse to reduce the time taken to move raw material in process and final product. A study is conducted to speed material transportation and handling while considering the available space and space allocated to each process. The outcome include a large structural surface where the plant will be divided into sections. It's assigned to a different process. After that, we recommend upgrading the appropriate machinery to improve the manufacturing process so they can function manually, semi-automatically, and automatically as needed. In this figure, you can see the proposed arrangement. Started with raw material, machining, finishing area, quality inspection, packaging area, and inventory logistics. Okay, now I would like to talk about adapted process flowchart. Okay, as you can see, this is a forklift and conveyor. The forklift truck will be responsible to carry raw material from the plant outside unloading station to the raw material storage. To reduce the number of material transport trips, we propose to move the product from the trimming workstation to the finishing workstation when we accumulate a certain quality of product. As a result, our facility requires two types of material transportation, which is powered industrial truck and conveyor. A conveyor system is a type mechanical handling equipment that transport goods from the location to another. The conveyor are very helpful in situations where the heavy or bulky product must be transported. Conveyor systems are widely used in the material handling and packaging sector because they allow the speedy and effective delivery to a range of products. Okay, the company can improve its and quality of product by upgrading machine, part transportation, and arranging its distribution. This will provide the company with more opportunities to enter the new market. Increased productivity and economic gain can be realized by adopt all these modifications in the plan. By implement all these changes in plan, productivity increase and can be achieved, resulting in economic benefits. Okay, in this, as you can see, we add forklift and conveyor into our plan. Okay, next. Okay, now I will talk about old method versus new method. There are four aspects. First, time. For the old method, moving the material manually, increasing the transportation time, product in process, and the finished product around the warehouse. Using the automatic equipment, reduce machine setup and feeding time and reduce material transport time with conveyor belt and forklift. Next is productivity. For the old method, due to increase the time, fewer pieces of product could be produced. And for new method, due to the reduction in time, more pieces could be produced. After that, cost. For the old method, more workers are required to pick up the material manually and thus pay more on labor costs. For the new method, when automated technology is used, the labor requirement become more specific and in fewer quantities, thus lowering direct labor expenses. Okay, for the old method, profit. Company profit is reduced because the need to pay more labor salary. And for the new method, increasing productivity and lowering costs. Okay.
Okay, hello, my name is Zakaria Gali, anak Peter, metric number 72029. Okay, I would like to present my part, which is on the manufacturing process of the new method and the manufacturing system, which involves the production machine and human resources. Manufacturing process, new method, cutting. In the cutting process, the wood is cut into equal blocks close to the dimension of the gasing dimension using an automated wood blocking cutting machine. And the second manufacturing process is the drilling. A hole is drilled into the center of the wooden block by using a cordless drill. The third process is trimming by using a lathe machine. The design of the gasing is shaped with the right tool bit. Then the tip is inserted. And for finishing part, there are three processes here, which is polishing, coating, and spraying. For polishing, it is to smoothen out the gasing using a random orbit sander And for coating, the coating is applied using a sprayer to protect the wood. And for spraying, the gassing is sprayed with the paint to make it attractive. Manufacturing system, and I would like to present on my part, which is the production machine and the human resource. Production machine. Here we have 5 machines that been used for the manufacturing of our product, which is gassing. Okay, for the first one is which involves the manufacturing process of cutting, is the automatic wood blocking cutting machine, Zhengzhou X Machinery Equipment Co. Limited. And the level of automation is fully automated. This machine is used in the first part of manufacturing. This is when the wooden blocks cut into pieces so that they are uniform to reduce wastage. The second machine, which is involved in the manufacturing process of drilling, using the Bosch GXR 180 Li 18 volt cordless drill. When drilling center hole of the gassing, it is done manually. This is done manually because it is an intricate process. And for the third process, which is trimming in the manufacturing process, it uses the CNC wood turning lathe machine with fully automatic feeding system STY LE CNC. It is fully automated process as we want our finished product to be in the right and precise dimension. The gassing is shaped using the CNC machine setup that has been keyed in by the worker prior to trimming process started. And for the fourth machine, which is involved in the polishing manufacturing process, is the Bosch GEX 125 1AE random orbit sander. The machine is used to smoothen out the gassing. The process is done manually as it is a delicate process. And for the fifth machine, this involves the manufacturing process of coating and spraying. The KK Moon TA 5900 plunger type paint sprayer, and the KK Moon TA 5900 plunger type paint sprayer is used after polishing. The gassings are sent by batches to the coating workstation. It is done manually as one batch of loading session does not involve many products. Once the batch is dry, it is moved to the spraying workstation, and when the work is done using the machine, it is then used to spray paint on the gassing. The gassing is then sent for inspection. Here the human resource. Here we have the human worker and automated machine. In human workers, there are direct laborers and perform some process such as finishing processes. This involves process which is still need human to complete it, and involves drilling and finishing process, which includes polishing, coating, and spraying. For automated machine, there are 2 fully automated machine involves automatic wood blocking machine, Zhengzhou X Machinery Equipment Co. Limited, for the cutting process, and the CNC wood turning lathe machine with fully automated feeding system STY-LE CNC for the trimming process. The machine are set up before being used, and there are also direct labors parts that are involved in the loading and unloading of the product when moving. There are also direct labor part which are involved in the loading and unloading part.
Okay, hello, my name is Aisha, metric number 70881, and I will be presenting about the material transport system. So in this plan, we'll be using 2 types of material transport system, which is the powered industrial trucks and the conveyors. the powered industrial trucks is we will be using the forklift truck and the walkie truck. The forklift truck will be mainly used during unloading of raw material from the unloading point to the raw material storage. The walkie truck will be involved in transporting material products from the trimming workstation to the finishing workstation, and from the finishing workstation to the quality inspection. Then the conveyors are widely used in the manufacturing plant, especially from the raw material storage to the machining production, and then from the quality inspection to the packaging workstation to the inventory logistics. Here are the flow process of material transporting. Firstly, we will start unloading. From the start, we unload the raw material from the truck, and then we will be using forklift truck. And then from the raw material storage, we'll be using a conveyor to move the raw material to the cutting workstation. And then from the cutting workstation to the drilling, and then from drilling to the trimming workstation, we'll be using manual workers, which means direct labor. And then from the trimming workstation, we'll be transporting material in batch to the finishing workstation using the walkie truck. And then from the quality inspection until the end, we'll be using the conveyor. Yeah, and then we have the storage and identification system. So for the raw material storage, since the raw material is the only thing that will be in the storage room, we have proposed to use the bulk storage, because a bulk storage is a highest density and only store large unit loads. It is low accessibility, but this place is only for a few workers. And then in the production workstation, we'll be using drawer storage because it is easy access and visible to the workers. And then for inventory storage, we'll be using the automated storage and retrieval system, ASRS. ASRS it will improve storage density because it is a computer controlled system. ASRS is used where they will be placing and retrieving loads from defined storage locations. For the identification system, we'll be using automatic identification and data capture, AIDC system. AIDC automatically identifies object, collect data, and enter data into computer without human involvement. This will be important to keep our inventory and logistics more in good manner. And then we have here the flow process of storage and identification system. Okay, firstly, the gassing arrives at the packaging area, and then the design of gassing is detected automatically by the AIDC, and then once the gassing is packaged, the packaging is printed, has the printed barcode of the design. Once the finished product is transported using conveyor to the inventory and logistics room, then the AIDC will detect again and work together with the ASRS to store the finished product according to design specifics. So let's see. As a conclusion, the manufacturing system proposal also includes the modernization of the manufacturing process to decrease wastage, but also keeping the quality of the handmade gassing. The improvement in the manufacturing process and system of the production of Sarawak traditional gassing will increase its market value, market sales, productivity, and thus increasing awareness on our culture. That's it for our group today. Thank you very much.